Hello everyone, Absent Friend here, and we're back with another advanced guide for Disney Villainous. Today, we'll be looking at Gaston. So grab your eggs and let's go check it out. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell to be alerted when new episodes are available. And here we are with Gaston. Alright, so as you know, we have to remove these obstacles, right? Okay, so the best way to do that, and the best kind of combos, is to really just remove them, okay? So a lot of his cards are very, very wasteful. For example, this one, wasteful. Let's see. These, wasteful, because you can't play it unless they're you can't play it unless you can replace one obstacle. So why would you want to do that? Wasteful. This one, wasteful, unless you're desperate. It's wasteful. This one might be useful depending on where your allies are, but if you play your allies right, and I'll show you how. Wasteful. This one, wasteful, unless Beast is in play. Wasteful. This one is probably the most wasteful of them all. Never, ever, ever play this card. Never. Okay? It's 4 power for adding 2 strength to any ally. Who cares? Wasteful. I already talked about that one. Okay, those are pretty much the wasteful cards, alright? So now let's talk about the cards that are much, much better, okay? For example, this guy and the wolves. When you play, I'll come back to him. Put the wolves out and spread them around. Okay, these are kind of like the hyenas and scars deck. However, the wolves get the wolves get the strength plus no matter what. So if we have all 4 wolves, that's 4, 4, 4, and 4. Okay? And then adding LeFou will make it 6, and that can take down everything in the Fate deck without strength enhancements. Alright, so and of course with LeFou, when he's used as in a vanquish action, you just take LeFou and the other allies used in that vanquish action and put them back in your hand. You know what? It's interesting. It doesn't say, well, instead of the discard pile, so that hints that it's supposed to be used in the vanquish action. But it does say all allies. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, spread the wolves around. Use LeFou, and if you have LeFou in your hand, don't play him until you're ready to make a vanquish. This is what I was talking about, because you can't move allies or whatever. So when you're ready to play, or when you're ready to vanquish a hero, put LeFou down and do it. That's where this card comes in handy. To take me instead, you can get rid of an obstacle, and you could possibly get one of the good heroes, and I'll show you the good heroes in a minute, out to vanquish them very quickly. So if you are ready to vanquish, go ahead and play Take Me instead. If not, maybe skip it. Alright, let's get the wolves out of here. Now let me show you some combos. Oh wait, I forgot about one other ally. Or the mob. The mob is excuse me. The mob is the same as LeFou. Just put them down whenever you're ready to make an attack. Alright? However, this guy will never be used in attack. Play him anywhere on the board, doesn't matter. And then of course activate him as much as possible. Yes, it costs 2 power every time you activate him, but sometimes that's worth it. Okay? Sometimes it's just worth it just to get rid of obstacles. As long as you're constantly getting rid of obstacles and making your opponents fate you to try to put them back, that's really what you want. Unless Bella's in the realm, just use them every single turn that you can, even though it's only every other turn. But yeah, it does hinder you if you want to fade a lot. So but have them out, have them out, have them out, have them out, and keep them out the whole time. All right? Okay, so now let's talk about we'll start with the obvious combo. That one, and where's the other one? Oh, where'd it go? Ah, okay. So, it will cost you 8 power to do this. So, Gaston does not really get power very easily. But build it up. I would say just build it up and discard cards until you get to where you need to be. But these guys right here, make sure you can use your double card play action, and you can move 5 obstacles in 1 turn. That's more than half, okay? Because you can move 2 from a single location, and then 3 from the entire board. All right? So when you remove obstacles, try to keep these out. Take these middles out first, and then go out here. And I'm going to show you why. Because here's another, and any other combo that you can do that involves these 2 cards, use them. There's another card that lets you remove 1 obstacle, so that's also an option too. But you could also do what I'm about to show you now, which is if you take me instead, and you actually draw out these heroes. Now keep in mind, it depends on what heroes you get. It could stab you in the foot, but because if you get Belle, you don't get any of them. All right, so now Maurice isn't. Oh wait, these all have to be played to Beast Castle. Sorry. Okay. So that's if you got them out yourself. Now if somebody else gets them, they'll put them wherever they want. But let's say you got them out, and now they're both at Beast Castle. Or either one of them is at Beast Castle. This works either way. So, of course, Maurice is the weakest. You can... as soon as you... Well, actually, Maurice comes with his invention. Where's his invention? And you have to attach it. And it's... The card's they've updated that card. And I got this when it first came out before they updated it. But all it has 0 strength. It has no strength. And you just attach it to whomever. It doesn't have to be Maurice, but in this case it will be. Okay? And then that just reduces all your allies by 1. But since Maurice is 2, you won't really need strong allies. Just one. If you have all the wolves out there, just 1 wolf will do it. If you have LeFou by himself, he won't do it. But if he has help, it'll happen. Okay. I guess you could waste 4 power and give them those 4 dozen eggs, but again, don't do that. Or 5 dozen eggs. Anyway, so as soon as you defeat Maurice, these 2 obstacles come down. That's why I said save them, because you could probably get them down other ways. Okay? So, Beast, same thing. And played or move any allies out of Beast's location to any other location when Beast is banned. Oh, okay. So this one's a little tricky because you have to do that. There's no you may do that. So when he is played or moved, you move any allies out of his location to any other location. So if you have the wolves out and they're ready to go, just move them over 1, okay? And then use that card that I said was wasteful. This is the one time that it's not wasteful. Use that to put them back, okay? Or play the mob and LeFou. Their combined strength will take them out. The mob plus LeFou will take out the beast. But taking out the beast gets rid of these 2. And even if they're not at the Beast Castle, okay? So you can do that. You can use your Vanquish action here and do that. And then play a card, one of those other cards I showed you. That would get rid of 2 plus 3 if you have that card. So that's 5 right there. And then there's another combo that a lot of people forget that you can do. I forget about it too sometimes. You have to watch your opponents very, 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 very carefully. And watch them with the best poker face that you can muster. Okay? Because if you're watching them and hoping that they're going to do whatever actions, or asking them about their actions, they're going to get fishy. If they know how Gaston works, they're going to get fishy. They're going to know what you're trying to do. And maybe do what they have to do to prevent you from doing this. But these cards right here, there are 3 of them in the deck. Save them. Save them. Save them. Save them. If you happen to get all 3 in your hand, and somebody uses 4 actions or more, doesn't matter, as long as it takes 4 actions, then you can play all 3 of these at the same time and remove 3 more obstacles. Now let's think about this for a second. Let's say, now this is a very, very rare occasion, but look how powerful Gaston can be. Let's say in one turn you played these 3 cards right here, and maybe you already had one, or actually maybe this was your hand. Let's say you had this in your hand. It's your turn. You play these 2 cards, okay? And you get rid of, let's see, 2 from one location and let's say 3, okay? So that's what you remove. All right, so, and then you draw back at the end of your turn, you draw back to 4 and you get this in your hand. The other condition and some random card that you're not going to play. And then you're watching like a hawk, every single person. And remember, this happens. Let's say a person uses all their actions and the only one left is to fate you, because they're probably going to be fating you. As soon as they fate, even if they're targeting you with their fate, as soon as they say, okay, now I'm fating you, and that is their 4th action, you play these immediately, all 3, and boom, you win the game. Now again, that's a very rare occurrence, but it's possible. And that means you just won after you built up 8 power. That means you just won in one turn. In one turn, you went from all obstacles to 0. So definitely, if that opportunity arises, use it. And once you have cleared all your obstacles, even if a fate is coming at you, I feel like a math teacher, the order of operations is action, condition, and then finish the action. Okay? So even if they were going to try to fate you, and they'd be like, well, I'm still fating you. Well, you can still fate me, but the game's over because I just won. So it doesn't matter if they fate you or not. It doesn't matter what comes up. You just won the game. As soon as you remove all 8 obstacles, it's over. It's not a start your turn thing, which is a great, great, great thing. So that's pretty much how you're going to win as Gaston. Okay, now I showed you some very extreme examples, and I hope that you will don't try to make them happen. I will warn you about that. I've tried, once I discovered some of these things, I was like, oh, I'm going to try to make that happen and really impress the people I'm playing with. But then it never happens. So just be aware of it, keep it in the back of your mind, and if the cards fall correctly into your hand, do it. Even if it's just a smaller version of it, do it. Okay? Do it. So, now let's talk about fading Gaston. As you saw some follies of fading Gaston, let's talk about, first of all, never play these heroes unless you're forced to. Never, ever, 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 ever play these heroes. Beast is a rare exception. Just because he's got 6 power, he's going to be difficult to take down. And if you keep him moving, you can move allies away from him. And they're going to be difficult to get those allies back. But if there are no allies on deck and you have a choice, don't play the Beast, because he can just build up on the Beast location and then put it out there. But if those wolves are out there and they're spread around, you can move them around. Or if the mob is out there, you can play the Beast to wherever the mob is and move them somewhere else. Of course, Maurice's invention, play with Maurice. Or if it comes out by itself, just attach it to a hero. And hopefully, especially attach it to Beast. That's a really good thing. Or attach it to Belle. We'll talk about them in a second. This guy, this is how you can play move Beast and move allies. So that's a good idea. Or move Belle out of harm's way. Belle should be out on the realm at all times. Belle should be out in the realm at all times. This is what I would do. If I was fading Beast, if I was fading Gaston, I would fate him every turn until I found Belle. And then once Belle is out, unless he takes him out like the next turn, you're safe. This should not be in there. I'm going to have to fix that. So let's see. So this one allows you to play Beast, but again, you can play him anywhere. And then as far as heroes go, keep that covered up. keep that double card play action covered up, and also keep the activate covered up. Everything else, you know, maybe keep his discard covered up so he can't cycle his deck as easily, and then cover this up, okay? So, but yeah, keep his actions covered up with these no-name heroes. Put Cogsworth where the beast is or where Belle is, just to kind of give them a strength boost, okay? And then, of course, use the Be Our Guest to get Belle back. When she gets defeated. All right, and there are 2 Be Our Guests, so hopefully you'll get them quite a bit. If you're not getting heroes, then use your effects. Goodness gracious, use your effects. Especially to replace all obstacles on a single location. And when you replace those obstacles, be sure to replace the ones that in the middle. If these are gone, just let them be gone for now. Replace the ones in the middle. Replace 1 obstacle. Where's the other one? Replace 2 obstacles. Try to also replace them in wide locations. Don't replace them both here or both here, because he has that card that can remove both from one location. So go 1 and 1. Okay, that'll help him not want to use that card. Of course, this is the best one ever. It is you. Replace 1 obstacle in every location. So whenever those show up, just replace obstacles and keep Belle out to keep obstacles from being taken away. Okay, so keep these heroes out as much as possible. Beast and Maurice, try not to play them unless you absolutely have to. But these guys can stay out all the time, and these effects will happen a lot more often. So go ahead and just fate Gaston, and keep those obstacles coming back before he can do that deadly move that you saw to clear the board quickly. All right. Okay, so that is Gaston, both villain and fate side. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you learned something and take your game to the next level. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. It really helps out the channel a lot. And be sure to leave me a comment on your own Gaston strategies so I can try them out for myself. I love seeing all y'all strategies out there, and I definitely want to see as many as possible. So until next time, this is your absent friend, signing off.